We're talking about BIM-M, and
Right.
exactly tell us what BIM-M is and how it was responsible for this little piece of storm shelter right here.
BIM-M is actually an organization, and it's all the big players and associations in the masonry industry. If you look at the back of our deliverables guide here, they're all listed on there. That's what BIM-M is. Now, the function of BIM-M is to try and get the masonry industry up to speed in the building information modeling movement, which 80% of your designs now are done in BIM. And masonry is kind of behind the curve, so to speak. We're trying to develop a database that will allow architects and engineers to incorporate our materials easier into their BIM models. But what this document does, the BIM building information modeling for masonry, we're trying to encourage mason contractors not to wait for that. We want them to get started and start modeling now because there's benefits to them.
You know, I mean, but why is this so important? Now, Jim, I know you probably have a lot of experience with this because, I mean, obviously you didn't have this years ago, and BIM-M has, come into play. What has been, your initial reaction to BIM-M and how it relates to the future of masonry?
I think it is the future of masonry, and I think we're blessed to have Fred lead the way as a mason contractor who has worked with it before, understands what the shortfalls and shortcomings might be, and is addressing those for us through the IMI's help and MCAA's help, and everybody's jumping on board. We're a little bit behind the gate, but he's come out running fast, and it's really going to help us. I think it's a necessity. It makes the building a lot easier. Any of the other trades stuff is going to be in there ahead of time, so you know where to put the holes. You know where to put things that were in the past. You may have had to cut those out. And
well, what kind of information, Fred, can you get from BIM-M for contractors?
Well, it'll give you your layout. It'll give you your rebar locations. It'll give you it in a 3D, so you have this picture that your guys in the field, when they're putting it together, they have all this information, and it makes it that much easier for them to do their job. And then what happens is that increases their productivity, which then increases the profitability for the contractors. And that also makes us more competitive with other materials.
And we can't deny the fact that nowadays kids are growing up with software, the internet, the web, that's what it's all about. So something like this with the BIM-M software, it's a natural transition, I think, as kids are starting to get into the trade.
Absolutely. The other thing about this that's so great is a lot of the kids now that will be growing up with this will have not a laptop, but they'll have a pad, a Surface Pad or something of that nature that can tell them when the changes are. If they can make a change in the office, but it always doesn't come in the field, it'll automatically come in the field, and you're not going to have to fix it afterwards. So it makes everybody more productive.
You get everything in real time, which then makes everything work smoother on the job site. When you're doing your modeling, when you're creating a model after you get the job, you're creating and generating RFIs, so your questions get answered before you get on the job site. When you go there, you can go to work. You don't have to move, or you move to a different part of the job because there's something that's screwed up or somebody is in your way.
Right.
There's something that's supposed to be in your wall that's not there or doesn't fit. That's all taken care of on the front end before you get to the job. You're actually building this model, which is building it before you build it.
Now, if folks want more information on BIM-M, where can they go? I know they can come talk to you,
Well,
but
I
where
hope
can
they
they
come
go
to
and
our
grab it?
tent. They should go to bimformasonry.org. Our contact information is on there, and any kind of the products that we produce, such as the deliverables guide, will be on there. There's a Revit guide for designers that just got posted on there. So there's a lot of information there, and our guide is hopefully contractors come and see it because this is going to help them get started in working in the BIM environment.
And you actually have a couple of TVs set up here. They can actually see
we have
the
monitors
exploded
set up here
views
that'll show
of that.
models of and some examples, showing them exactly what other people and contractors are doing and how it's helping them.
All right. Fred, thank you so much. And Jim,
BIM is the future.
it is. I mean, BIM-M is actually it.